welcome back to Short Row, episode 2.
This is Tallulah, and I'm Alice.
Oh, sorry, and this is Alice.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we're going to start by doing our finished objects, then whips, then acquisitions, and then we're going to do a little event review. We went to a craft meetup together, and I also went to the Bendigo sheep and wool show, so we'll put some footage in of that, which is exciting. Should I start with?
Yeah, why don't you start?
I only have one object. Alice has 0, so it's not super exciting for the fans. And I don't have my object with me, but it was what I was working on last episode, which is these gloves. I put in the little videos I took of them done. They were for my mum's birthday. She's very happy. Last time I saw her, she was wearing the gloves and the scarf that I have made for her.
Cute.
So I just need to keep building up until she has a whole outfit. Yeah, I did run into a few problems with the freehanding. I don't know where, but they ended up being like, one was a bit longer than the other.
Well, Tallulah absolutely shocks me because she doesn't keep a diary when she's freehanding. It's purely visual.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me.
When we get to my second whip, I'll go through my
yeah, so
problems with that.
I don't have a finished project, but I have a story to tell.
Oh, yeah.
I've never completed a large project. I've never completed a sweater, and I've never completed, like, yeah.
I didn't know. Oh, maybe I did know this.
Yeah, because I'm very fickle, and I will move on really quickly. So you'll see soon with my whip, this will be quite a big moment for me if it happens.
Oh.
And it will happen.
How exciting.
Yes.
What about your sock?
My sock, I was having issues. I said in the last video I used much smaller needles. So I've just undone the whole thing and I'm going to redo it with the correct needles. So watch this space.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go into whips.
Yeah.
This is my main whip, which I did put a video in to the last episode. It is coming along. I really locked in and I went to hang out with my friends and locked in on the sleeve, which was good because it was really mindless, so I just needed a few hours.
It's like a balloon sleeve almost.
Yes, well, it was getting way too big, which is why I needed to really bring it in. And the neckline's also very wide. Maybe I'll record a little try-on clip. But I'm really close to finishing the second sleeve. But yeah, with the freehanding, I sort of remember how many stitches I had on this sleeve, and I'm roughly decreasing every 8, but it's like, because it's so huge and floppy, I feel like it's not the worst thing if one sleeve has another stitch. But it is making progress a bit slow because I have to sort of compare, and what I really need to do is count how many stitches are in this entire sleeve down, and that's not really fun.
Yeah.
So I'm just sort of going in blindly, and then at some point I'm going to have to figure that out. And I'm hoping it'll block quite a bit bigger. Not quite a bit, but I've definitely made it shorter than I like. Like, it's a bit cropped. Because it's such big stitches, I think it'll be fine. And I'm using this huge yarn ball from jumper that I unravelled. And then my other whip is like years old, but I did get it back out because I was like, I just want to finish it. And it's this baby jumper, which I made for, it's like this family friend was having a baby. And I didn't even know them that well, but I wanted to knit a baby jumper. But as you can see, I mean, I recently finished this sleeve.
The issue is this even going to fit the baby now?
Oh, no. That was like years ago. So, well, yeah, obviously I didn't make it, and then I was like, oh, too late, the baby's grown. So I just gave up. But I think I'm trying to just work through some of these old whips that I have and get them out from under my bed. And it really will not take very long to finish this. And then I have it prepped for the next baby.
Exactly. So someone will have a baby, and the next day you're like, I worked so hard on this.
Yeah, stayed up late, and here's a jumper already.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my other whip.
Awesome. My whip right now is let me get the name, the Ranty Studio little vest that she had. It's just like a basic, like starting from the bottom, flipping over all the way down vest. So I have to expose my neckline, which is having some issues. If you look,
You've done loads.
Yeah, and it's like open on the sides, and it's just going to connect at the bottom. I've made really good progress. I had so many frustrating events. I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, where for the neckline I was using a backward loop, and I twisted so many times. I've never experienced that, just twisting it on the needle.
No, that's never happened to me.
So I'm hoping that when I might do a close-up of this up here, but I'm hoping when I add my ribbing neckline, I can sort of hide any sort of twisted stitches and issues. This is, oh my goodness, Knitting for Olive. I finally found Knitting for Olive in Melbourne. I got this at Sunspun in Canterbury, which is my local. Beautiful knitting shop, beautiful wool, really lovely ladies who run the store. Shout out. But yeah, this is their Knitting for Olive. This is their worsted weight. I'll put it in here. Really nice. I was just really happy with the colours. Like, they have some really beautiful, tossing up between this hot pink or like a buttery yellow. I went with hot pink.
Yep, it was nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good wool. And it's just nice in Australia to follow a pattern that says Knitting for Olive and be like, oh yeah, I can get that.
Nice.
Acquisitions.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm looking at this vest, and it's just a blank canvas to me. So I was thinking of ways I can add some touching to it. So I purchased some needle felting tools. I've got the needle felting mat. I've got like the multi-tools. When I get interested in a hobby, it's my everything.
Yeah, you love to pick up a hobby.
I do. But do I like to master them? No. I made this last night. I needle felted a little guy. He's missing a leg.
He's so cute.
He is so cute, and it is such a like lovely process. You get a beautiful sound. It's a really slow going process. I don't have much sculpting experience, so it's really interesting, like making the shapes in the body. And this took me 30 minutes, I reckon. So the idea is, because I love this cobalt blue, like I've been obsessed with that blue colour. So the aim is like a star felted onto the top.
Oh, yeah, cute.
Which will be really fun, I think. Yeah.
Nice. My only acquisition is this thing I'm unraveling, which I think counts as an acquisition and not a whip.
Yeah.
It's like in pieces, but it's this really nice like green colour. Looks a bit bad on the camera, but it's more green. And I think I have one more ball, and then I've still got to do like, that's the front of what was a cardigan, and then the sleeve, and then not the front. But it's not even crazy nice wool, but it did have like some holes in it, and I think it's 40% wool, 10%, I think it had 10% cashmere. I think that's why I got it. But then it's soft. Like 50% acrylic or something.
Yeah.
But I thought I would, save it from the op shop, and I liked the colour. So I don't know what I'll do with it. Again, I keep telling myself I'm not allowed to get new things until I finish like the whips, and I do a lot of sewing, so I have like in my mind the knitting and the sewing unfinished projects all like clump up together, and I have like a huge pile. So this was maybe a bit silly because now I'm like stressed that I have another thing, because I also have loads of green wool from this other jumper that I unravelled, which was my own one. So I probably won't get to this for a while, but maybe like a little top out of it would be nice. And when I unravel yarn, I like to hold it together with a new one. So maybe I'll spend some money on a nice like silk mohair or something. Because this was like $3, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have any other whips?
I don't have any other whips with me.
Yeah.
I thought it's quite interesting because we're about to talk about like crafting events that we've been to.
Yes.
I'm tempted, but I don't want to read The Artist's Way.
Oh yeah.
But I know a large part.
We have it.
Oh, you do. A large part of The Artist's Way is going out to events. I feel like having.
Isn't it taking yourself on an artist date?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I feel like that's something I'm trying to focus on at the moment.
Do you watch All Fiber?
I don't.
Shout out. She's so cool. YouTube knitter or fiber artist. But she's doing like a Patreon thing of going through the artist's way. Awesome. And she's learning to weave and do many other things, I think.
Yeah.
I just have never gotten into journaling.
Yeah.
But it would be good. Well, should we talk about our knitting event?
Yes, I think that's perfect.
We went to the Loopy Studio craft meetup in Melbourne, which was my first craft meetup. Social, put some clips in, and I got so much knitting done. Like my hands were tired afterwards. Even with my friends, I feel like I'm more likely to just like put the project down and zone out. But I was so motivated because everyone was knitting and everyone was knitting like really cool things, way cooler than mine.
There's some really talented knitters.
Yeah.
And everyone was really friendly. It was like a weird situation where you walk in, you're like, "Hi, I'm Alice. I'm la la la." But it was really lovely. It was a really good way to just come together in community. Community. Yeah.
And then I also went to the Bendigo Sheep and Wool show. I was so excited. I went with Sadie and she was, she had a big night, so she's a bit late and I was like actually tweaking. But then we got there, I was like, no, it was fine. Like, I did not need to be pacing up and down on a Sunday morning to get to see some sheep. I will say we went on the Sunday and I think I definitely don't feel the need to, it goes for 3 days. I don't feel the need to go for the whole weekend. I know people like, you know, go interstate for it and, you know, stay in Bendigo for the whole time. But I would go on a Friday or a Saturday because I think they were out of like a lot of, or they were like running low. So I was sort of thinking I might buy like a sweater quantity of yarn. But nothing there was like really grabbing me. And then at the very end I found this purple wool that I loved, but she just only had a few skeins. So she did give me her business card though and said she's dyeing some more. But the nature of the show, firstly we paid for a ticket and I couldn't even see where anyone would have checked it.
Oh, really?
Because we walked in through this like, you know, there's like a bunch of huge like farmhouses and we went like straight into the sheep section. Which was definitely my favorite bit, like so many sheep. I was really excited. The sheep was mostly my priority, I would say, in going. And they had all the breeds of the sheep. And then we like walked through, we were totally in the farmer section. It's like, you know, the heart of real Australia.
Yeah.
I felt a bit silly, like we were there in our cute little outfits, like ready to do some knitting, and then we were surrounded by like Aussie country boys who were like, and you walk through the auction and they're all like yelling, you know, to auction off the sheep. And then we went and saw a shearing competition. That was really cool. I really wanted to see some shearing. But it was like a speed shearing thing. So it was like 2 boys, 2 women, and then it's like half the group would be sorting through the wool. Oh my god. And separating it because it's different breeds, and then the other like they were so fast. It was crazy.
I have a very fond memory of my uncle in Tasmania shearing a sheep.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing to watch. It's
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah, and it's very, it's very powerful looking. Like you have this sheep. You feel bad for the sheep, but they have been. I mean, I did feel a bit bad for the sheep in the pens, like, a bit of an animal-sensitive vegetarian. And I do think shearing is like necessary though.
Well, it provides a relief.
Yeah, they've been bred to be sheared. Yeah. So, and you have to do it pretty well for them not to like freak out.
Mm.
And then you sort of keep walking through, and then there's like a huge wool section. So it's definitely like different demographics. Like suddenly I was surrounded by like beautiful old ladies. I was like, okay, this is where I'm meant to be. But yeah, I will say it was mostly wool, like straight 100% wool, but different kinds. Like I realized I'm just not as knowledgeable on like the breeds of sheep. Because people would be like, oh, it's this breed of sheep, but it's still 100% wool. Whereas I'm just know it's like you've got wool, merino, like cashmere. I'm not so into like all the different breeds of wool. But that was interesting. And then they had like they give prizes each year. So they had all these like cool knitting art pieces basically. Cool. And then the last thing they had was a fashion parade, a fashion show, which I was keen for. I was like, definitely was like, oh, this would be good. And then I was like, saw one show, I was like, okay, maybe not so much my thing. It was like commercial. I think we missed in the morning, there was like a student one, but it was commercial brands, less like knitted pieces, and it was more like, felted wool that had been cut into like a jacket.
Yeah.
So that wasn't, and the styles just like weren't as interesting to me. But yeah, would recommend. I'm going to go next year probably.
I think I should join.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be good to have a group, because then you could sort of go your own way.
So you went to the Bendigo Sheep and Wool show, and you did not purchase anything?
I got some buttons actually. That's what I got.
Love.
No idea where they are, but I'll find a video and put them in.
Nice.
Yeah, there were lots of cute little like button places and
love building
accessories.
My button collection.
Yeah. We can finish with a beautiful montage of all the sheep. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you for tuning into the Short Roast.
Yeah.
Second episode. We're so glad to have supporters and listeners.
Yeah.
Say hi in the comments.
Yeah, please leave a comment, guys. Tell us what you're working on. And we'll see you for episode 3.
Bye.
Sai do meu quarto.
Got the wall from your own.
Em cima ou embaixo. Sem vem no escuro. Cor tão ar. Qualquer lugar. Em qualquer lugar. Qualquer lugar.